Good day everybody, welcome back to the studio. It has been a little over a week since my last video where I created that gorgeous sculpture with the mermaids and splashes and things like that. I really enjoyed doing that one. So I wanted to do another sculpture today, and this one is going to be one of a flame like, which I'm going to use to put one of those flameless candles and create a really nice effect just by having it. So this is going to be a different way of doing a sculpture. Actually, it's a normal way of doing a sculpture, which is like pouring and molding and things like that, unmolding and but it's just going to be a little bit the design is going to be a little bit back to front or back to front, whichever way you want to look at it. So I haven't posted anything within a week or so is because I've been really busy mixing new colors. So you are seeing some of the new colors that I've got there. I wanted to use them. You can use other colors, but this is what I wanted to use because they're new and because they're gorgeous metallics. The one I showed you there is the Starburst epoxy pigment. I actually have that back in stock now. I haven't had it in months, so I've got it back now. If you're interested, if you tried it, I know that you'll want some more, and if you haven't, you have to have it. So what I've got here, okay, daffodil yellow. This is a new color. This is a matte color, and I mixed it fairly transparent. I've also got a little bit, that's just showing you that Starburst, just a bit of it in clear resin, just to give it a little bit of a burst of shimmer. One mixing right now is the amethyst blue, a gorgeous blue metallic. I've got some molten gold, just a tiny little bit for a bit of effect. I've got the sapphire, the saffron spice, which is an old pigment. I've added a little bit of sassy red to it just to deepen the color a little bit. So clear going down first, then a little bit of that Starburst, which is quite transparent. I'm imagining that once I start molding it, the clear is going to be at the top. So it's going to be a different way of shaping this sculpture, so stay tuned to see that. So what I'm doing is I'm just making that daffodil yellow a little bit more transparent for the next layer. I do apologize, my bird thinks I'm talking to her, so she's chiming in. So a little bit of that daffodil really thinned down going around, and then I'm going to use the rest of the daffodil, which is a deeper color around, but it is also transparent but not as transparent, and you won't be able to see it now, but I've actually got layers of colors in that little cup, and that's because I haven't stirred it in all the way. That's what I wanted to do, and I'm not just saying that, that's exactly what I wanted to do, because you can get some really beautiful kind of feathery kind of effects when you do it that way. Now my saffron spice sassy red mix, which gives me a really deep orange kind of color, and I'm just spreading that around everywhere, and then I'm going to fill those gaps in with a little bit more of that daffodil yellow, which is a really gorgeous yellow. I'm really not into yellows, but I love this one. It's quite pretty actually, and it works really well with a flame kind of effect. And it's really funny that I'm doing a flame effect because, well, I don't know if it's funny or weird, but yeah, because we're surrounded. Actually, I'm surrounded with bushfires at the moment. Well, actually, it's been going on for quite a few weeks now, and it's quite smoky, so it's interesting how the subconscious works. That was the amethyst blue, which is an absolutely gorgeous color that I mixed, and I love it. I will definitely be using it a lot, especially in my seascapes. It's a real pretty metallic, not too metallic, you know, so you won't get that super shimmer that you get from the metallic. I just love that, just the slight beautiful touch of metal in it. And it takes a while to mix these colors to get them perfect, but I love it. I love doing that sort of thing, and this is why Le'Rez epoxy metallic paste so unique. It's because they're original. You will not get them anywhere else, because Moa is the person who mixes them. So just a little bit of heat from the heat gun, just to blow the bubbles. And I really regret putting too much force into it. I ended up fixing it. You will see it's coming up soon. Okay, that was a phone call. I do apologize. It's all happening. It always happens. So, what I'm doing next? Let's just see. I am adding a little bit more of that amethyst blue. So I had to go and mix a little bit more of it. Luckily I had some clear resin left, so I could do it, because it kind of disappeared when I used the heat gun, and I needed it to be at the bottom of my flame. So the blue flame is the hottest, and then goes the red, the orange, the yellow, and the real pale yellow, and the clear at the end of it, which is the part which is least hot. So I'm trying to create a flame, and I really love how it worked out. So far there's more to go, and just using my little shish kebab stick to pull those lines out and create an illusion of a flame. Okay, so I'm using the really skinny stick now. You can use a toothpick, and then I'm going to use just a paddle pop stick as well to pull some more of that blue out, because I needed a wider surface. But so it's kind of the effect that you get from swiping, only a little bit more delicate. So you can see now that those flames are starting to look a little bit more realistic with that. But all of those little techniques that you use, they add to the overall, end result. So now that I've done that, and I forgot to mention that I have added a little bit of that molten gold. I just kind of swirled it around, so you're going to get a bit here and there, broken up a little bit by pulling these lines out. So going around with the skinny stick now, and just adding a little bit more detail to it. It's starting to look really great already, and the color is much brighter than what you can see here, which is a shame. And just fixing that the circle a little bit, because the resin is moving, and it's kind of getting out of shape a bit, so I'm just fixing that, and I'll be going back and forth doing that. And I will be getting some of that molten gold, which I realized that I had a fair bit, just enough in my cup to create some more effects in the clear section. So, at this stage you don't really know how it's going to look when you start unmolding it and start shaping it. So I don't really know, because at this stage I'm doing this editing and my resin is setting. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes, enough time to finish this the editing of this video, to be able to go ahead and start another video of how I'm going to shape it. That's going to be a real interesting thing, because I did have this idea, but you never know, because I'm planning on having the middle part that you can see here at a point. So that's going to be the pointy part of the flame, and the rest of them, are they going to fold right? You know, is it going to give me the effect that I need? Regardless of it all, I know that it's going to turn out great, whether or not it looks like a flame, or like a real flame, or not. It's still going to look great, because the colors are amazing, and you know, whatever happens, happens. You just try again, try again. You never give up. So I'm just adding some of that molten gold now, which was a great idea, because it sits on top, and it just gives you that gorgeous molten kind of gold visual effect, which is amazing. And just doing little swirls, just like an idea of a flame kind of being thrown out there. You know, it's all very abstract, like at this stage. It's just meant to give you an illusion of things. And once I pop that flameless candle inside this sculpture, it should give me a really beautiful look. That's what I'm looking for. So this is it for now. I'm just fiddling around doing that. I will fix the edges as well, and that'll be it. Stay tuned for the next part. Alrighty, so I'm back. I've got some plastic here, which I'm going to pull over the top of it. It's not tacky. Well, it's a tiny little bit tacky, but it's ooh, I nearly dropped it. I just want to place it over the top, nice and flat. Okay. Right, I'm going to push it up a little bit, because this thing's, well, anyway, I'm just going to cut it right there, because I don't want to wreck my design. Probably a little bit early, but I want it to be quite soft. And if I put the plastic over it, which is quite thin, it's really going to help. Here we go. Remove this and pull it over. Oh, hold on. I haven't prepared it. Hold on a second. Okay, so I've got a bottle here, just a water bottle, and a little funnel that I've made with my just paper. So I'm thinking of flipping it over, because I want the top bit to be quite pointy. But I'm hoping that I don't wreck my resin, you know, because it is quite pointy. So that's why I'm getting, oh bloody hell. I don't know why I put my gloves on now. I really don't need them. So pulling this plastic over like that. And then I'm going to cut it. So just going around like this, start on one end is very, very soft. See that? It's stretching beautifully and it's quite thin. So once I start pulling it, it should lift. Well, it should lift. It's struggling a little bit. Oh, I must have burnt it there. That's not good. Okay, actually that side's quite nice. I might inspect. Oh, look at that. Like I said, this plastic that I've got on is very thin and it's stretching itself. Well, look at that. You can do both sides. Quite pretty. Come on. Yeah, I burnt it a little bit. Went a bit overboard. Okay. That's out. What side? Oh, definitely that side. So I'm going to plonk that on top of this, like that. And then I'm just going to carefully put it over my, can you see that? Let me just go to the middle a bit. Now I might need to just chop that. Just chop the top of it and then center it, and then I'm going to, oh, this is not going to be easy. Many things in life are easy, so let's just have a go. Plastic is giving me a hard time a little bit. Trying to find a middle, which is about there. It would be really great if this would bend properly. Definitely not how I imagined it, but so far so good. Kind of overlapping a little bit. Righty. Right, that and that's okay. Might just get some tape. Okay. Tape is here. Right, let's go like this. Tape it, and I'll have to move that tape. Tape will stick really well because it's plastic. There's another pleat. Tape that down. And a bigger piece of tape. Oh, what happened? Oh, there it is. Another pleat here. Oh, yep, that's working. Beautiful. But I still need room underneath there to pop my candle in there. My flameless candle. Okay, so that's another pleat. Let's do another little one right here. Like so. Make another one. Just make it like so. There we go. Another piece of tape. And one more. And that's it. Now I'm going to leave it and let it sit. This is why you need that extra. So once it's out, it'll look like this. And I want to make this pointier. So we'll get some tape and tape this down as well, make it more pointy.